Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and today we are back with Sarah Drysdale. She's Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Ballard County. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Kristi. It's good to be back with you.
Sarah, I have loved what we've been talking about, and that is decluttering. Sarah, can you go over again what clutter is?
Absolutely. So when we think about clutter, it's not that big pile that we just think of when we think of clutter. I personally go to the extreme, like the whole house is covered, but it actually just starts in tiny little spaces. So it can be on your coffee table, your kitchen table. This can be papers, your laundry, shoes, toys from the kids. It can just start small and just accumulate over time.
All right, so we are focusing on spring cleaning, and you mentioned shoes and clothing items. So, Sarah, let's focus on our wardrobe. How can we get started with decluttering there?
I have to say, some people, if they're anything like me, I like shoes, I like clothes, and sometimes it's just all over the place.
Mm.
When we talk about tidying up and decluttering in that way, we're not really necessarily saying throw everything away and start from scratch. That's not what we want to do. But what we really want to focus on is if there's something you haven't worn in a while, say in the last 6 months, it's probably a good assumption that we're not going to wear it again. And so I don't know if anybody's familiar with Marie Kondo, but she has this theory of tidying up where you put everything in piles and you like hold it up. And if it sparks joy, if it brings you happiness, if you know you like wearing it, you keep it. And if you don't, then you donate it and you figure out what you want to do with some of the stuff that maybe you don't wear anymore. Like a couple months ago, I was cleaning out my closet. I found a pair of jeans that I haven't worn in about 2 years. And I thought, why do I still have these jeans? And so I put them in my box to donate because they're good quality. And I think that's the most important thing. We need to know what is good quality to donate to our stores and then what is something that maybe probably is best to go to the recycling bin. Because if you have a shirt that has holes in it and you can't fix those, do you really want to give that to somebody else? No.
No. Now, Sarah, I know the relief that I feel whenever I walk into a space that I have decluttered. I know that I have already gotten rid of the things that I don't want. Now, there are other areas like book collections and movie collections that we could probably declutter as well.
There are some ways that we can declutter that as well. I know I like having books. I've got a friend who loves books. She's got a great personal library. But if it's something that we've read over and over again, maybe even just doing a swap and sharing with people instead of maybe going out and buying books or checking out as many books as we do at the library. Because the library is a great service that we have that we can use to check out books and movies, and we can always return them. And then if you really like it, you can go and buy it. But before we have a huge collection that we don't know what to do, we may want to try out, like I said, using the library, which is a free service for everybody, but some of those books that we may have had for a long time, some of them may have sentimental value, and that's important to keep those sentiments. But if it's something that doesn't hold a whole lot of sentimental value or significance, it might be best to donate them for somebody else to enjoy them.
A great reminder. Now, Sarah, for anyone watching who did not see your previous segment, can you give us just a few tips on some simple ways that we can start decluttering?
Absolutely. So when we talk about decluttering, we just want to start small. So finding that one spot where you think, oh, I can add some containers maybe to store some stuff, some file folders if we have to keep paperwork in the house, a dedicated spot for shoes and toys for our kids, just those little things to do to start kind of organizing. And it doesn't have to be all at once, just take one room at a time.
Start small, maybe even just start with a drawer. All right, Sarah, so many great tips and information for us. If you are watching and would like more information on decluttering, be sure to contact your local extension office and ask for our decluttering publications and fact sheets. Sarah, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to deal with sorted items as soon as possible after decluttering. If you are selling items on a website, list them as soon as possible to avoid hanging on to those items.